Have you ever heard a secret so scandalous that even the most audacious voices were taken aback? We'll explore a story today that purports to show a darker side of one of the most prominent personalities in contemporary American politics. Tucker Carlson, who is renowned for his strong beliefs and unrestrained criticism, is shown in this film to have been taken aback by a startling discovery about the Obamas. If you want to learn more about politics, power, and the truth behind the headlines, wait until the very end. Disagreement is nothing new to Tucker Carlson. He has established himself as a formidable conservative voice throughout the years, who isn't afraid to question conventional thinking and the political establishment. Carlson, who is well known for his straightforward approach and provocative questions, has dedicated his career to exposing what he perceives to be hidden political realities. According to recent rumors, he has discovered something surprising that even he finds difficult to accept. His career has been characterized by his daring analysis and willingness to challenge the major names. This startling disclosure, which centers on Barack and Michelle Obama, is reportedly a secret that raises concerns about how their public image has changed over time, in addition to disclosing hitherto undiscovered details about their background. The story's central thesis is that Michelle Obama, who is frequently regarded as an inspiration and a symbol of hope, may not be who she seems. Some claim that she is the most oppressed person on the planet, based on remarks she made about how terrified she was to renew her driver's license. When it comes to his thoughts on the Obamas, Tucker Carlson, who has frequently attacked the political establishment for its use of identity politics, has not held back. In his research, he has alluded to the Obamas, Michelle in particular, having constructed a narrative that is more about playing the victim than it is about their actual history. Carlson claims that the reason he has been so vocal in his criticism is because this image is purposefully created to divert criticism and gain support. Carlson said years of meticulous observation and investigation led to this conclusion regarding the Obamas. He claims to have witnessed the subtle changes in tone and policy under Barack Obama and has been an opponent for a long time. Carlson claims that what started out as a message of hope and solidarity progressively changed to draw attention to contentious cultural concerns. He cites the Obama administration's shift in messaging during its second term, which he says was intended to highlight policy shortcomings rather than the ideas that drove the transition. Carlson contends that this change was a purposeful action planned by the political class to dominate the narrative and hold onto power rather than the result of ideas emerging naturally. He asserts that the dirty secret behind Obama's ascent to power is this deliberate change, which has been kept hidden from the public for far too long. Barack Obama, however, is not the end of the secret. Michelle Obama has also been criticized by Tucker Carlson, who claims that she is advancing an oppressive narrative by exploiting her race and heritage. He implies that Michelle Obama hails from a rich upbringing, attended prestigious universities, and had a life significantly different from the hardships faced by the majority of Americans, despite her assertions of persecution and marginalization. Carlson notes that her opulent way of living and pricey belongings are a sharp contrast to the persona she presents. He thinks that because of her meticulously maintained public image, she is untouchable in the eyes of the public and media, which enables her to attract support and compassion. Carlson contends that this identity and image manipulation goes beyond simple self-interest and is a component of a broader tactic used by influential people to keep control of the political conversation. As you listen to this, consider how frequently we have witnessed public individuals use their personal narratives to influence conversation and public opinion. If accurate, Tucker Carlson's claim would show that the Obamas have been part of a well-thought-out plan that goes beyond politics for a long time. It's a story of successful public relations and a purposeful change of emphasis that has had a significant impact on the national conversation. Although Carlson's viewpoint is controversial, it makes us think about how stories are transmitted and the unseen forces that influence how we perceive the world. His shocked response is said to be one of the few occasions when even the most ardent detractors are shocked by the extent of the alleged dishonesty. Tucker Carlson's personal history adds even more intrigue to this story. There have been many highs and lows in his path, from a young man with a difficult upbringing to one of America's most prominent conservative voices. Tucker's early years were characterized by loss and adversity because he was raised in a household that had its share of problems. These encounters have altered his perspective on the world, and he is now more determined than ever to challenge those in positions of authority. His steadfast dedication to discovering the truth is demonstrated by his growing popularity. He transitioned from fact-checking to hosting his own shows after decades of journalism. With this purported revelation about the Obamas, Carlson is beginning a new chapter in his career that could drastically alter our understanding of political narratives and the influence of image. Carlson's disclosure of Obama's dark secret challenges many people's fundamental assumptions about these well-known figures. It implies that behind the rehearsed statements and the meticulously produced visuals is a network of strategic actions intended to influence public opinion and preserve power. Many people who have followed Tucker Carlson's work find this finding alarming, but in other respects, it is not wholly unexpected. It appeals to a long-standing mistrust of the political system by raising questions about how much of what we see is real and how much is produced for the broader public. Anyone would be forced to pause and consider how such a powerful pair could conceal themselves behind a traumatized fraud and a falsified public character. Keep in mind that the film's goal is to tell a story that has been receiving a lot of attention in some places, not to take sides. Whether you agree with Tucker Carlson or not, the controversy surrounding Obama's covert policy has drawn national attention and triggered contentious discussions. The nature of power, media use, and how public officials can carefully construct reality through their words are all touched upon in this issue. You could find yourself reconsidering some of your presumptions regarding political image and the factors influencing it at the end of this movie. This purported secret has far more ramifications than just disparaging Barack or Michelle Obama. They allude to a larger trend in contemporary politics where perception and image are just as significant as actual policies and outcomes. It's both intriguing and a little unsettling how easily deliberate propaganda can influence a country's political conversation. After being rendered incoherent, Tucker Carlson's response is depicted as a sincere moment of fear at the potential application of these tactics. It makes us wonder how much of our perceptions of our leaders are grounded in reality and how much are the result of skillfully crafted narratives. As we come to an end, I want you to consider how the media shapes our viewpoints. Today's article is just one part of a much bigger picture that encourages us to look past the news and evaluate the situation of the world today. We are prompted to be more critical, truth-seeking, and aware that often the most startling information is concealed in plain sight by the story of Tucker Carlson's discovery. Whether you agree with him or not, this is a topic that compels us all to consider it more carefully and consider the intricate issues of influence, power, and the actual nature of political strategy. I appreciate that you watched the entire video. This examination of what some have referred to as Obama's dirty secret ought to provoke some thought regarding the influence of political propaganda and the media's role in influencing how we perceive the world. Kindly provide your thoughts in the space provided below. Keep in mind that every tale has multiple sides, and it is our duty to carefully weigh them all and determine what we genuinely believe. Remain inquisitive, maintain your curiosity, and remain receptive to learning the real story behind the headlines.